The life of an average American is incredibly disheartening. Some context: I am 24. Working a 9-5 80 hours a week and feeling very depressed, like there's no hope. I had an epiphany awakening that my calling purpose in life is not working a 9-5. I also believe that college was a huge waste of time and money. I luckily graduated with no debt. I refuse to believe that people wake up and go to the same job every day and get mistreated by their boss and underpaid relative to inflation. I refuse to believe that this is people's realities every day for the next 60 years until retirement. People taking out mortgages to pay for houses, and if God forbid you lose your job, how are you going to pay the mortgage? If you get into retirement and your property taxes increase just because it's a newly gentrified area, your social security literally evaporating in this very decade. People missing out on their children's milestones for work. This system is just rigged from the beginning. I honestly wish I could live off-grid and in the woods somewhere, because I know I will be happy and be self-sufficient. 9-5-00 Monday through Friday is 40 hours a week. This is the most stupid, yet accurate take on American society or global society as a whole I've seen in a while. While OP did not articulate it well, the crux is there. Mankind is not created to work menial jobs till death and hope for a retirement. While the future is bleak, the future is here. You good with foraging? If not, maybe add some good plant ID books to your bookshelf before you try living off-grid. One thing you can change is where you are. I didn't like where my life was or where it was going, so I left it all behind and started over. Living off-grid in the woods is a fantasy. Your mental health may be better, but you will work longer and harder. Talk to any homesteader. Is it worth it? That's a question only the individual can answer. Self-sufficiency can be rewarding for the right people. I honestly wish I could live off-grid and in the woods somewhere, because I know I will be happy and be self-sufficient. You would spend all day maintaining crops. It's good that you realized this fact at age 24. I am 43 and work for myself now. I was in the corporate life for a long time, but no longer. I work a ton of hours each week now. Work in parenthesis BC. I love what I do now and can't wait to get up each day and work. This is meant as encouragement to seek something else. And I agree on the off the grid. I would love that as well. Yah bless. 8 times 5 is 40h. 9-5, those are banker's hours. Wish I had that. 80 hours a week is a 16-hour day. No way anyone does a double every day. 9-5, then saying 80 hours a week. Your math doesn't check out. Didn't even bother reading the rest of it. Because if you can't quantify the hours you work in a week, then you can't even break down the rest of your life. Stop being so negative and use your brain. I felt the same way at your age. I quit my job and moved to Hawaii. Look into WOOF USA or Workaway or other work trade programs. Go out and meet different people and see different places and see new things and learn new skills. Now it's 10 years later and I'm the total opposite and live in NYC doing a job I love. I don't make great money, but I'm not totally depressed and bummed out by my life and work as much. Plus I know I could always go back to cruising in Hawaii. Some of these commenters are real chuds. You find one thing you take literally and then you mock the poor guy. Pretty embarrassing, and you phonies should really put the keyboard swords down and touch some grass. Try going to a church and praying. Not even being sarcastic, it can actually help people. Or just read the Bible. Tanakh or Quran. Tons of wisdom to chew on. Or pick up meditation. We all struggle with the life we lead. It's hard out here, man. But things can always be worse. Just try to appreciate the things you have. Even if that's just simply waking up in the morning. Life's a bitch, but she sure is a beautiful one. If a person is really not rich, they face many problems. It is necessary to work to meet the needs. The life of poor people is really different than that the rich people. You just noticed the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I mean, you could choose to not work and live off the wilderness. It's not gonna be pretty or easy, but if that's what you want, nothing is stopping you. If you're working a non-exempt hourly job, you'd be making 40 hours of overtime per week, which zero companies would authorize. Either you're working a scam salaried job or you're exaggerating like hell. Life isn't about money. Even if you're broke AF, you can still live a fulfilling life if you know how. How in God's green earth can you be putting in 80 hours of work in a 7-day period working 9-5? I felt the same way when I was 24. So I quit my job and started my own business. I didn't have to bribe anyone or submit to the government. Now I'm 37 and ski or mountain bike all week. But I did have to work insanely hard and not give up when it sucked. Go live in the woods. You can do whatever you want. If you're working a 9-5, you ain't working 80 hours. Such a cliché post. You need to find your passion and purpose. That's what will motivate you to get through the grind and monotony of work. Set realistic goals for yourself and have a better attitude. Walking around all day all woe is me will never serve you well. It turns off the people around you and just brings more bad karma. Realistic solutions. A move to a low cost of living area. Or a remote area. B. Live frugally. C. Work online. D. Work part-time. E. Grow your own food as much as possible. And recycle. American workers are victims of a dystopian union between corporations, industries, and the American government, which legislates for their own bank accounts and has operated openly in this way since JFK. Ignoring your terrible math. Yes, that's the system they have built for us. We were not meant to live in the way that we do. That includes all the convenience and tech as well. The Amish prob have it the most correct IMO. Not saying they have the best or most fulfilling life comparatively. But they probably live closest to how we were meant to live as humans. It wasn't always this bad, dude. Our parents bought houses bagging groceries at the grocery store. Pensions guaranteed future security and a reason to stay at a company. Our generation's job is to play hardball. No extra work without compensation. Take all vacation. Shitty boss. On to the next job. Pensions are gone. Do not buy excess stuff. Fuck it, maybe we will all rent for life. 'Cause the next generation will never be able to afford a home and we'll get stuck in the house. Until we die. Welcome to being an adult. Now have kids and up the anxiety up even further. This is why you do not find your value in your profession. Find value in your community and family. That is the ultimate antidepressant. If we all bring value to each other in our community, life isn't exhausting or seem without purpose. Let Pharaoh have the things that Pharaoh wants. You could always move. Work to survive, not to thrive. Yep.